Hello. Cloudy there? Oh, that's too bad. Hello. Yeah, you can hear me. From the Bronx, New York City. Cool. I'm reading what YouTube AI says about my stream here. Captures Comet Lemmon using multiple telescope rigs in Texas and Michigan. Not really Michigan lately. The streamer also discusses other visible comets and astrophotography techniques. Enjoy the real-time comet observations and technical details. That's YouTube's AI summary. Hello, Brody. No hippos with space lasers. You know, I think Google employees, or which is, YouTube is owned by Google, but I think the mandate is we want to see you using AI. And so they're putting AI in some very stupid places, but they just want to be able to say they're making use of AI. This is really stupid. AI generated video summary. I guess they just don't trust our descriptions anymore. And that's just too much. But that feels like employee paranoia, doesn't it? Oh, see, we got to prove we're doing AI, and so they put AI in stupid places. That's just my observation. So I took my mom and my sister to the casino today, and since my brother was meeting us there, I decided I would play a slot machine. And I'm playing a slot machine, the same machine, and now I'm down about $1,200. Yeah, I was playing big, and the machine starts acting funny, and so this technical guy comes and he says, "Well, we need to deactivate your machine because of the problems the slot machine I was having." And I'm telling him, "You ain't touching this machine. You are not deactivating while I got so much money in this machine." I'm like, "Get your manager. That ain't going to happen." And my brother and my sister were worried that I was going to lose my temper and we'd all get kicked out of the casino. But I didn't lose my temper. But that's bullshit. They want to deactivate the machine while I'm losing steep. That's bull. That ain't going to happen. And so he calls somebody and he's speaking in code. And the code is probably saying they have an unruly customer right now. And then he leaves and I sit back down at the machine. I start playing again. And so instead of the manager, they send a technical guy, and he fixed the machine, and I got to play. And lucky I did, because I hit a jackpot and got all my money back. I think I ended the day losing $81. I can live with that, because it could have been a lot worse. But I was ready to kill. If they would have deactivated that machine, I was ready to take heads. You ain't taking my machine without a fight. Yeah. So I had a stressful day today, and I was out all day. I'm beat. We went early. We stayed there for about 7 or 8 hours. It was a long day. Hello, Ian. So at least I got my money back. Never again. Next time we go, I'll take my mom and my sister, and I'm going to just walk around the casino and get exercise like I normally do. You should have been the boss and said no. It was funny. My sister came up to me, "Don't lose your temper. Don't lose your temper." They were really worried we were all going to get kicked out of the casino. I have been known to punch slot machines before. But never kicked out. Hello, Connie. You guys can't see where this telescope is pointing. Look at the one on the left. Let me show you if you can see this. Look at that one. Why is it pointing like that? Is it just a park position? Walk to a different part of the neighborhood to even have a chance to see it. And then you're not doing that at night by yourself. I don't blame you. The hubby isn't here. Yeah. Safety first. Don't take a chance. It ain't worth it. But we are going to see Lemmon today. The moon is not going to rise above the horizon until Lemmon is below 10 degrees. So we might have a chance to see a really nice looking comet today. You know, I mean, the moon is still bright, but while it's below the horizon, we get a little rest from it. I'm hoping for a couple of couple of good days more before Comet Lemmon is completely gone. I'm surprised I've still been able to capture it this late. I really want to get out of bed in the morning and see Atlas with my own telescope. It's just not easy. I'm awake. It's like I can't just roll out of bed and do it. Or I could just set up I could schedule it. Will I be able to see it with my RASA? Is it going to be a tiny dot? I wonder. Didn't someone say, oh, yeah, it's over, it's still 10.5 magnitude, I think, right? Days of getting up earlier. That was hell. That was hell doing it for Comet Lemmon. And tomorrow's family day. If I did get up early, I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep because everyone comes early. It's going to be around for a while, and the media is going to keep talking about it. They're just having a field day with this, unfortunately. There's better things to see in the sky. I'll have to do a time lapse to determine which dot is, which one is 3i Atlas. Oh, I heard about that one. I'll wait till it gets closer. I'm going to do 1 minute exposures while the moon is gone. Why not? Let's just see this thing in its glory. Still too early. I'm so tired. The casino wore me out. Too much. Hello, Stephen. It's 8 AU away right now. That's pretty far. Is that farther away than Jupiter? Let me see. How many AU is Jupiter from the sun? Oh, Jupiter is only 5.2 from the sun. Farther than Jupiter. How about Saturn? Saturn is 9.58. So I guessed it right. Farther than Jupiter, but not farther than Saturn. Hello, everybody. The moon is almost directly above you. Holy moly. I'm banking on a good view with the comet because the moon is not going to be above the horizon until Comet Lemmon is 10 degrees or less than 10 degrees above the horizon. So, wait a minute. 0.6 AU? Doesn't that mean it's closer to the sun than the Earth? 1 AU is 93 million. Are you saying the comet is already closer to the sun than the Earth? That's a big difference between 8 and 0.6. Isn't this a newly discovered comet? I'm surprised a comet could get so close before someone discovered it. Yeah, I thought it was just discovered. How could it be so close? Wow. Well, there's more proof that something can sneak up on us and smash the Earth before we even see it. We don't see very much of it. We have 81 concurrent people here. That's a far cry from the one time we had 800 people looking for Comet Lemmon. How sad that this one's not getting the media attention like 3i Atlas is. The media has their head screwed on backwards. It's just not a good enough story. They'd rather go with the conspiracy theories and call 3i Atlas, you know, an alien ship. But if you can't beat them, join them. Now, I have this stream on ultra low latency. Yesterday, it seemed like we were about 3 minutes apart. Hello, Peggy. It's all about clicks. That's right. Clickbait. That's what runs the internet. Excuse me. I can't wait to see what the comet looks like today. I'm excited. Did you see this one still pointing lower? I saw that. Yeah. I forgot I had this view on. There's no way. The comet ain't that low. I was wondering if he's going to the same target I am, but he's really pointing almost at the wall. I'm seeing stars. I don't want to waste time here. I think we should go for it. It might be a bit early, but I think we should try. Because I still got to do an autofocus. By the time we capture it, I think we got enough stars to see it. Run! Because the comet is getting lower each day, and I know we don't have a lot of time to stay on this comet. Let's see if me and that other telescope are pointing at the same place. Are we? No. I wonder. We both going after it? I don't know. I don't got anything to process after this stream. I didn't stack anything. So I gotta process the picture for the contest tomorrow. We got 8 entries so far. Mine will be the 9th. We are going after Comet Lemmon. Doing research. It's a bit early, so it looks like that because I don't think the sun has set enough. But I think it's going to be very bright when the sun sets more. Otherwise, that's very disappointing. Now we're going to go through an autofocus. Then we'll see a 1-minute exposure. Yeah, it's the sun hasn't set enough. I'm like, what? we're getting an early start, so let's not panic. And then I got to rearrange the comet so it's off to the edge of the screen in case the tail is long and we might want to capture it. What's the altitude? Oh, the altitude is still 18 degrees high. That's not bad. We have at least 8 degrees before the moon rises. Okay. I got to stop this. We're going to rearrange the comet. We're going to put it up to the left. Just in case the tail is worth capturing. Stop already. Okay, we're going. Russell, thank you. That was very generous. Russell's always very generous all the time. Thanks again, Russell. This first exposure coming through might be washed out because I don't think the sun has set enough yet, but we'll see. Let's keep our fingers crossed. I am really hoping for a good-looking comet. Don't worry if it looks a little blown out. We'll take care of that. Not too bad. Not too bad. The sun is still setting, so this is pretty good. It's going to get stronger. Right now, my mean readout is 24,000 when it should be about 3,000. We got off to an early start. It's going to look better with each picture. This is Comet Lemmon. If I can get up early enough in the morning and try to take a picture of it, I will. Otherwise, I might still do a simulation until I can actually look at it myself. The comet is getting stronger. We got off to an early start. The sun is still setting, but I can see the tail coming stronger with each exposure. I don't think you can see it with your naked eye. I think those days are over. Probably with binoculars, I'm sure, if you know exactly where to look. How far past the set of 3 stars in a triangle? Hmm. Still looking good, but we're still a little too bright. Waiting for that sun to set. Pretty dark skies right now because the moon has not risen. You can see to the right, the sun is still setting. But I wanted to get an early start. You know, you're trying to avoid the sun and avoid the moon at the same time. We're 17 degrees above the horizon, and the moon won't be an issue, I believe, until we're below 10 degrees. So that's good. We just need the sun to set quick. Yeah, I'm sure you could Google that. What constellation is Comet Lemmon currently in? I'm sure its AI has the answer there. Virgo? I can find out. Oh, geez. Ophinicus? Ophinicus? I don't know how to say that. Ophiuchus? 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 Ophiuchus. Oh, there's no N in there. I was saying Ophinicus, but that's not an N. I don't have my glasses. Ophiuchus. I thought there was an N in there. So I was saying Ophinicus? Ophiuchus. We're starting to see more detail in the tail. Do you see it? I'm seeing a little bit of a separation here. Tomorrow will even be better. The moon will be even farther below the horizon. I'm surprised the comet hasn't sunk in completely below the horizon already. I thought by this time in November it would have been too low, but apparently not. I have not tried the MC with my RASA, although a lot of people want me to do that because I have a 2600 MC. I got a scratch in my hand. Maybe from punching a slot machine. No, there's no good reason. I always thought maybe the 2600 was a bit heavy for the front of my RASA, but that really wasn't the case. I see a lot of people now using a 2600 with the 8-inch RASA. I should send it to Starfront and say, let's get on with it. Yeah, I mean, I see a division right here in the tail. I see a division there. I see a division over here. And here. This might be worthy data to process. Hmm. Hmm. Well, that's what I was hoping for. That with the moon below the horizon, that we might see a rebirth of Comet Lemmon before it's gone. But it sure is getting low. It's already 15. It's only 15 degrees above the horizon right now. The tail definitely isn't straight, which makes it more interesting. Like Pete was saying, look at this. The tail goes here, takes a sort of a slope, comes back. It's not obvious here, but when we stack it, it might actually be interesting. I wonder if the James Webb took a picture of this comet. It might be. I'm really tired today, but and I gotta process something for the contest tomorrow. Probably I'll do some comet processing on Sunday, and it's possible the comet might look even better tomorrow. A time lapse might be interesting to see today, though. Each picture is looking better than the next. It has been a fantastic comet, Trumpington. I'm so tired. They made me get up early today and I didn't get to take my nap. But I think I still might play some Portal today, but early. Yes. What do you think, Pete? Is this one worth processing? The mean readout is definitely higher than it has been in the past because we're in between a bright sun and a bright moon. We can't get a break. Definitely? Oh, cool. Excuse me. I'm burned out today. Look at the first picture here as to when we started. That was the first picture we captured. And now look where we're at. Big difference from where we started when the sun was still setting. Each picture just looks better and better. But we're going to get to the point where it starts fading away because it's going to start getting too close to the horizon. But right now, we still have time. We're still above, we're at 14 degrees altitude right now. So let's keep on getting pictures. Yikes, I almost sounded like the Brady Bunch song. I wonder if anybody else is going after this comet. Are we the only ones that still care about Comet Lemmon? They're probably going to have a field day in the southern hemisphere when it goes below our horizon. That tail absolutely looks fantastic right now. That it really looks bright. Yeah, it certainly has. Each picture is stronger than the next. We're doing 1 minute exposures. Wow. I was right. Today was the day where Comet Lemmon would come back. The data should look better when we apply the flats. Yes. I haven't been paying too close attention, but I wonder how much the tail has changed in the short time we've been watching it. If it's an active tail still, we'll see when we do our time lapse how this tail looks. So don't go anywhere. I want to do a time lapse after this. But we still got a lot of exposures to capture. We've already got 19 minutes of data, but the first few weren't so good. The satellites are ridiculous. I'd say that tail looks pretty spectacular right now. I am really impressed. And look at, you can even see the Milky Way coming through nice and strong. Nice dark sky right now because the moon hasn't risen. I'm liking this. Wow. Comet Lemmon looks spectacular. I don't know if I should process it this evening, because if I don't process it this evening, I don't know when I'm going to have the time to do it. Tomorrow's everybody comes over, all family comes over on the weekend, and Sunday is football day, and tomorrow I've also got a process for the contest. I don't know when I have time unless I do it this evening. On the all sky cam? I never even thought of that. I'm looking at the on in sharp cap on mine. Oh no. No, because I point south. This comet is west. I only have a view of the west or of the south. That's a nice view with no satellites to obstruct it. That's pretty spectacular. I probably should have gone closer to the edge. It's stronger than I even anticipated. How many pictures we got so far? We got 22 minutes of data. Did you finish your picture of the comet, Brody, from a couple days ago? Are you got something you're satisfied with? Not yet. What time is it? 8 o'clock. I'm wondering if we should process the comet today. Because if I don't do it today, I don't have any other time this weekend to do it. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. Yeah, it looks fantastic. I think it's the best it's looked yet. And the ADU is still dropping, which is good. I think when the comet, anything above 10 degrees altitude, the data is still good, and we're about 12 degrees above the horizon. Once you start going 10 degrees below, I notice the comet starts fading away again in that range. You know, it's nice to be able to predict when the comet will be brighter again. And I was just using stellarium. I'm like, oh my gosh, we have time before the moon rises to capture the comet. So, and I've been anticipating this for a few days. I don't think it's a money shot. I don't think it's going to surpass what I captured in late October, but it still looks good. And my social media has been loving my comet pictures. So I would really like to get another picture out there. They really love it in Facebook. Still looks bright. Hello, iStream. The fastest is a focal ratio 0.7, 8 times faster than my RASA. Woof. Wow. Yeah, there's a formula where you can compare focal ratios, and it's like it's exponential. That's fast. But how big of a field of view does it give you? Probably a very narrow field of view. Is that true? It was made for full frame. Wow. Oh, gotcha. I know there was a simple formula. I even talked about that in one of my old videos. Yeah. This comet view right here is about as good as any, I think, that I've captured of Comet Lemmon, although the tail is not as zigzag as I've seen before, but the data sure looks good. I can't wait to see the time lapse for this. We'll do a time lapse as soon as I'm done capturing it. We got 29 exposures so far, and we're still 11 degrees above the horizon. Are me and this RASA both capturing the comet? What do you think? Me and this guy? It looks to me like we're not the same angle. It looks like he's just pointing at a wall. I could be wrong. You think we're both pointing at the comet? Fantastic. Wow. I wish I'd gone a little bit more to the left now. It's even better than I expected it would be. Excuse me. Pete is saying, I don't think so, but I don't know what he's saying that in relation to. It's fun to pretend they are. Oh, just 1 degree, huh? For example, your RASA is 424. Right, gotcha. Yeah, I remember these comparisons, Cider. Cider, how many formulas you got up your sleeve? There's a formula, Cider, for how often you should dither per exposures you're capturing, but I don't remember the formula. I always dither after every 3 images, but if the more images you capture, the less you have to dither, and there's a formula for that. Oh, you can't dither, so you wouldn't know. Gotcha. Both pointing at Lemmon. What do you think it is? Oh, the two scopes looking at the same thing. Pete says, I don't think so. It's hard to tell based on the angle. They didn't really seem to line up, but let me know as soon as you think this comet might be fading away. But right now, we're still, what's that? 10 degrees above the horizon. Let's get this out of the way. Let's put it over here. It still looks strong. For long exposures, dithering every single frame is highly recommended. No, I don't agree with that one, but if that's what they say, but I don't agree with it. Might dither every 5 to 10 frames. Okay. See, that's not what I was thinking, Stan. There's a formula for the number of exposures you're doing, not the length of the exposure. Which they are related. If you're doing longer exposures, then you're taking the shorter number of exposures. But I thought it has to do with the number of pictures you're taking, and that's how often you need to dither. You always dither every 1 or 2 frames. Okay, that seems like a lot to me. Pete dithers every 1 or 2 frames, and depending on whether he's actually done any imaging in the past 3 years. Says the guy who doesn't actually use his telescopes. Pete has the best equipment, and one of these days we're going to see him actually use them. Pete has amazing telescopes, but he hasn't imaged in 3 years. Oh, there's the formula. K equal 2 times. What's FLI and FLG represent? And PG and P. Okay. Focal length. That's not the formula I was expecting. Really? Nothing there about the number of exposures? For example, if you're taking 1,000 exposures, obviously you're not going to have to dither so often. I that's not the, somebody else was talking about a different formula. That's why I have it in my head. That's probably about right. That's okay, Pete. I like picking on Pete because he has such nice equipment. Altitude. Well, we're below 10 degrees in altitude. But the data still looks good. This is usable data still. I'm going to keep going. How's the sky look? The sky still looks good. I don't see any glow from the rising moon yet. Nice. Wow, we got 40 exposures so far of the comet. If it gets starting to degrade, I anticipated as soon as it got below 10 degrees altitude, we might start seeing that. The mean readout has slightly gone up a little, which is never a good sign. Just slightly, but it seems we're past our peak. But it still looks like good data, enough that I would want to include in a stack. Yeah. I'm not shocked, Hunter, because the moon hasn't risen yet. So we're finally free of the moon. And it's still visible. Yes, that certainly helped. Right, that's where the comet is heading. It's sinking to the south, to the southwest, like that. Yep, that's true. $8 in altitude, and I think this data is still usable. Let me back up a few images. Let's back up a few and see how it looked here. Yeah, it still looks good. It's not degrading totally yet. This is still good, but as soon as it looks like it's starting to fade, I'm going to quit. Then we'll do a time lapse. Don't go anywhere, people. I want to see how active this tail is in the time lapse. Devon, member for 1 month. Awesome. Nice icon. Einstein. What were your thoughts on the Celestron light pollution filter for the RASA? I didn't use a Celestron light pollution filter unless you're asking that to somebody else. And I don't have a Bortle 4 backyard. Mine was more like Bortle 9. What do you think? Is this data still worth keeping? I know it's getting pretty low. 8 degrees. We got about 45 minutes of data so far, but I got to delete the first few. Yeah, it still shows some good detail. Yeah, I can certainly see some detail. We'll keep going. It's getting close. Cool, Roland. Do you know where the Discord is? Cool. Fastest vote count I've seen. Are you saying we have an automatic top pick, Hunter? Is that a sure thing? I used my Redcat a lot until I felt, well, I don't know if there's much else I can capture with it. I used it quite a bit. I haven't used my own scopes in about a year, though. I haven't done any imaging since then, except for a lunar eclipse. I've become a little bit lazy using my telescopes in Detroit because Starfront is so convenient. When I collaborated, Hunter, do you see an instant uptick in the number of views? I always wonder. I have a lot of followers on Astrobin, but they're old followers from years and years ago, and I wonder if my high number is an exaggeration because most of those users probably don't even exist anymore. Oh, it does help. I always wondered about that. And you say it does help, Pete. Okay. You know, when you have users that are been following you for who knows how long, 8 years or however long I've been on Astrobin, I don't even know. You wonder how many of them are even still around. The mean readout is on its way up. Do you think this is a good stopping place, or should we keep going, Pete? But still, would that be the third one that's going to be a top pick? Quite a lot now. Yeah, the ADU keeps rising. I think we're finished. The ADU is pretty steady, but now with each image, it's going up again. I say we got good data. Let's do a time lapse. I think we got all the data we need for a decent picture here. You ready for a time lapse, everybody? I'm going to stop this. And I am going to temporarily park my mount because I have not done my homework and I don't know what I should capture next. I'll have to figure that out later. You know, when the moon is out, all I keep looking for are clusters, and the moon is going to rise in a little bit. Let's go. Let's see this time lapse. There's no way this guy was looking at the comet. He doesn't even look like he's pointing southwest. It looks like he's pointing directly west. Okay. Now we're going to see the time lapse. Then I think I have to process it. I don't have any time this weekend. So if you guys want to stick around, or we can do a members only stream. But I'm going to take my time because I don't have the energy to go fast. I'm burned out today. I feel tired. You know, when they get me up early and say, take us to the casino. I need my sleep in the morning. I feel like I've been dragging all day. That's what she said. Okay, we got to pull our data down from the cloud. This might take a minute or two. I need some Hershey bars. We got Hershey bars in the refrigerator. While that's going, I'm going to get some Hershey's. I'll be right back. Yeah, let's see this time lapse. Don't go anywhere, everybody. I think it's going to be a cool time lapse. I can't wait to see how active the tail might be. I was trying to do this on my upstairs computer on a live stream. It's just too slow. You really need a fast computer if you're going to do processing. Time lapse is coming up. I need snacking to keep me awake. Hello, Steve. Okay, hang on. Wait, let's get the first few pictures out of the way because those look weird. Look at that. The tail is definitely moving. Yes, look at the tail. I'm cycling through all of my 1 minute exposures. That's how much it moved. And we see it move against the background of the Milky Way stars. That's a lot of movement for a short live stream. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I think we need to work on this. I think this is definitely worth processing. It actually looks better than I anticipated it would look today. I knew this comet wasn't finished, but it really looks even better. What you think? Should we process this comet? Once the flats are, yeah, I think so. Yes. Yes, let's do this. I threw away the first 10 minutes of data from this. So I'm going to skip the first 10 or 11 minutes because I know that data was no good. But I'll give them to you guys if you want to process the people who are members. All right. Let me prepare this data for stacking. Give me a second here. You'd think, well, I'll keep them for you. I already made up my mind that I don't want them. So there. I don't even care, Pete. I know the sun was hadn't set enough. No, I don't want it. I think the tail was washed out because of the sun. It's only the first 10 minutes, but you can have the data. But I know the sun was playing a role on them, so I see no need to. Who cares? Who cares, man? I don't think they're going to help me. And these are 1 minute exposures. I'm going to use darks with my data. I'm just getting my folders ready here. And I have a new set of flats that I captured. Hello, Martin. Hello, Mike. I already saw Mike. Okay, everybody, we're going to process this comet and make it look real nice and pretty. But first, we got to stack it. There's a few things that might take a while, but hopefully not too long. When I do this in public, I give away all of our secrets. So this might be one of the last things I ever do in public for processing. Giving you guys all our secrets. See, this is how I was getting into trouble before, that my flats weren't being applied because my lights captured in Nina didn't have a filter name, while my flats captured in SGP have a filter name. So I have to give it a custom name of UVIR, so they will match. They'll match my flats that were captured in SGP. See, UVIR now matches up to UVIR for the lights. And Stan is thinking, well, just capture your flats in Nina next time, dope. I know. Hello, Z. Z, you're not a member. I remember you were a member before. You must have been gifted a membership and it wore off. Time expired on you, huh? I don't think I'm going to drizzle because I never used the drizzle, so I'm not going to enable drizzle. I never used the drizzle data for comets, and it would just take longer. All right. We're going to stack, and I don't think this is going to take... Ugh! Cancel! 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 Done. Done. I forgot. I don't want to... no, that's okay. That's okay. Run. I was going to exclude my first 10 minutes of data, but I can exclude them when I do my comment align. Cancel again. Really? Really, Pete? Even one? Why is that? Let's run it again. But I still don't use the drizzle data. You see an amazing thing on the page, planetary landscapes. Oh, okay. I'll have to look. It improves quality as it... By the pixel peeps. Okay. Interesting. The Chuck bomb dropped on this channel. The Chuck bomb? Yeah, Falubi, for my deep space objects, I always drizzle 2 times. And then, you know, resample downward. That helps denoise as well. But on comets, I just haven't been drizzling. Comets are a little bit more of a hack for me, but deep sky I absolutely drizzle 2 times, no matter what. Well, actually, it's like for the Redcat setup I have, it's a requirement. If you don't drizzle 2 times, you get blocky stars. You have to drizzle. This won't take too long, folks. But we're gonna show everybody how to make a real nice, pretty looking comet with the data we captured. It might even take the magic out of it if you don't know how processing is done. Because once you know how it's processed, you're like, oh, really? I haven't used the Redcat since I've been to Starfront, really. It's been over a year. I haven't done any deep... yeah, maybe a little over a year ago. Why, you want my Redcat stand? It's still magic? Connie, okay, good. We're PixInsight is a processor hog, so there might be some lag. Yeah. I'm going to turn off pause syncing for 2 hours. Okay. I paused syncing so we're not uploading all these files to the cloud at once. Maybe that will help. Well, you could always use me for as a guinea pig. Send me all your new products, and I'll tell you whether they work or not for the Redcat. Lemmon has never left us. Yeah, I remember are you on Etsy, Hunter? I don't remember. I bought one off of Etsy from this one guy and it works great. I was his guinea pig. So he gave me a free autofocus setup. It's funny they're asking you about EAF setups, but there's definitely a good one on Etsy already that I use. So, but I guess they don't know about them. I think I've given you that guy's store, the one that sells thousands of products before. I'm sure you know who it is. Okay. Almost done. We're almost done stacking. This last step isn't even necessary. Is he Canadian? I didn't know this. Pete thinks my data will look better with the Comet. Okay, that part is done. First, we stack the data. Now, let's take a look at it. Now, the stack data is going to look weird because the Comet is moves. So the Comet core will look, well, the whole thing is going to look stupid. So don't worry. Let's see. Drizzle. Let's see what the drizzle one looks like. So don't be scared by what you see. All right. You can see the comet looks weird because that's how much it moved by. And the tail is smeared. But that's okay because the only thing I'm going to use out of this, I only want the stars from this. So I'm going to call this one stars. So that's the only thing we want from that. Now I'm going to align on the comet core. But first, you're not going to like this. I have to do another big process. Trust the process. I'm gonna remove all the stars because I already got my stars. I'm gonna go through the individual exposures and remove the stars from them. And this is the output folder. So let's see. I'm gonna call this steps. The first thing we do now, we're gonna say steps. 1, remove stars. Because we've already got our stars. We just want the comet. Select input files. Process. Registered. Now I already said I'm not keeping the first 10. I'm not keeping those. I'm keeping only the ones past 10. So I'm keeping 39 files. So we got to remove the stars from each of my exposures. And this will let us know where we're at. So when we get 39 of these, we're done with that step. This is the longest part right here. And then it's going to go more quickly. These two guys on Instagram were saying, we were talking about you, Chuck, and we think you're one of their premier comet guys on the internet. You and Brave Falls might be the best two. I'm like, oh, okay. That works for me. That works for me in the top 2. What do you think of that, Pete? That's what she said. Now, yeah, right. Pete gives me good tips. Now, the way to be in the top 2 is that you have to have exposure, and I certainly have a lot of exposure on social media. Now, Pete is a very good processor, but he doesn't have the same following. So he's like a hidden gem, very good processor, but small following. Hunter is very good too. But I have big followings because years ago, I was into that, building large social media following, which I don't do now, but from way back when, I was building a big TikTok and a big Instagram, just posting in Reddit, doing shorts in YouTube. I was very interested in a big social media following, and now I kind of have one. And so these guys probably weren't thinking about social media at that time or ever. Your Instagram do absolutely nothing. How about Facebook? You do post on Facebook? And the only reason I have a big Astrobin account is because they recognize, oh, that's the guy from YouTube. Having over 100,000 on Instagram had nothing to do with YouTube, but I used to post on Reddit, and they went and followed me on Instagram. And Facebook just grew by itself because my posts, for whatever reason or another, get thousands of likes on Facebook. And whenever I post, I get more followers. So that one just kind of grows organically. Is it done? Not yet. We're not done yet. We're still going, but we're almost done. And then don't go anywhere. We're going to line up the comet on the core and then the tail. We're going to put all the pieces together. It's going to look really cool. This is the meat and potatoes, folks. Don't abandon me now. Patience is a virtue. We're still going. Some people are dropping off. You're going to miss all the fun. Oh, it finished. Okay. All right. Now we're going to line up our comet. Let's go to Comet Align. Comet Align. I don't have my glasses. There it is. Let's bring up the comet. I forget, Pete, do you even do a batch star removal? What is this? Oh, yeah, that's my stars. What am I doing? Okay. Output folder. We'll call this 2. Comet Align. See how we removed all the stars? Nice, clean image. This is what we're going to be working with. We're going to Comet Align on that. Comet Align on that. And go. Check your nearest pawn shop. Oh, I was just seeing in the news, what's his name? The guy from Pawn Stars? His mom died. Since he's been on the air, his dad has died, his mom has died, his son has died. Integration. Sorry, I'm still not going to use the drizzle. I just don't do it. Don't care. All right. So we drizzled for nothing. You remove the stars. Okay. Let's see what this comet looks like. First, I'm going to comment a line on the comet head, but because the tail is so active, I got to do a comment a line on the tail itself. Then we put all the pieces together, the stars, the comet core, and the tail, like putting Frankenstein together. So let's see what this looks like. Oh, looking good. Looking good. But I think we can do a better job on the tail. It's a little bit smudged. Looks like I got some walking noise or star trails going on there. Kind of a lot, actually. Yeah, the tail looks a little, the head looks a little flat there, too. Might have to touch that up a bit. We'll see. So we're going to call this Comet. Now we'll do a comet align on the tail, because you can see there's kind of some motion blur going on there. So let's do a comet align on the tail. And I remember what Pete said. We should remove that, uncheck that PSF comet align. Let's see, clear. Comet. Okay, and what is that option? We uncheck that PSF, Pete says. Okay. Now we want to find a distinct feature in the tail that we can align on. And I see a little dip right here. I'm going to try that spot. If this doesn't work, we'll just try a different spot. I don't know if that's the same spot, but let's just see how this works. And we'll see if the tail looks more crisp. We'll call this tail align. Run. Oh, yeah. You think? Probably. I think you're right. Okay, is that something I can fix myself? I mean, I could just put a little more brightness there. I don't know. Well, I'll think about that. Oh, jeez. Boo. Pete's jealous. Pete's jealous that I was called one of the top 2 Comet processors. Boo. He's jealous. He wants to be in the top 2. All right. That's a line on the tail. Keep it to yourself. Who needs Pete? I already learned your tricks. Okay, let's see if this worked. We're only looking at the comet the tail. We don't care about the comet head. The one on the right is for the comet tail. And I think it certainly looks better, more defined, doesn't it? I think that worked pretty well. I'm going to go with that. Are we good? Really? You think I can find a better spot? I think I'm good. I'm going to go with this. I think we got it pretty good here. I'm going to go with it. I think we're okay. I'm going to change that to tail. Okay. So we want to put this tail with this comet head with these stars, but not yet. We got work to do. Now, first of all, the comet is facing the wrong way because my telescope flips it. So I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip all the images. The comet's supposed to be facing that way. Now I want to do a crop and get rid of those crappy edges. I think that's fair. Okay. And just to be on the safe side, I better save where I'm at. I don't want anything going on. Okay. Let's see. Crop and flip. We'll save the tail. We'll save the comet. And we'll save the stars. What was I doing? Oops. Oops, what was I doing? Save the stars. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I see that, Pete. You're right. I wasn't even looking at that. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to do a DBE. Now we want to make the background nice and smooth. Take all these Let's see how that looks compared to how it used to look. That's how it looked before. Am I good here? Dynamic background extraction. I think it's good. I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to put that here. I'm going to do the same thing on the tail. Use the same setup. Okay. All right, I'm liking this so far. I'm liking it still. It's not a money shot, I can tell already, like I captured before, but I think it's going to look good. I think it's going to be very nice. Not a money shot, but we're getting there. Let's see. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, let's do the color calibration. Just the default color calibration. Okay. Let's do the same thing on this. Let's see. What was it? Oh, lost my train of thought. Okay. All right. Looking good so far. I'm going to save these. DBE and CC. Tail. Because I don't want to repeat anything. And that's the Comet. Okay. All right. All right. So we're going to stretch the tail. That's what she said. All right. I'm going to see what color does, but I don't know if I like it. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, there's the tail. Now let's do the the comet core. That's the core. All right. And we put the stars back in at the very end. Comet. Now I want to stretch it so the background is very similar. Oof, that looks very different. The color looks too different. That's okay, because I'm gonna copy the entire tail onto this. But I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna keep it as RGB. Okay. Now I wonder if I can do a linear fit from one to the other. Let me try that. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Maybe I should have gone the other direction from this to that. Let's go the other direction. Okay. Okay. Here comes the payoff. Here comes the payoff. We're going to combine this tail onto this comet head. We're going to copy this tail onto that. And I've done this successfully on the first try in the past. But how good am I going to make this mask? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. This is exciting. I'm excited. That might not be wide enough. That's what she said. Let's see. I might need a better mask, but let's give this a try. Just brighten the mask. Am I not picking up all the details? Okay, let's try that. Let's try and do a brighter mask. Okay. Pete says just brighten the mask. Let's see. Let's try that. Let's see if that works. I'm going to make a wider mask because I agree with you. We didn't quite get the whole. I'm going to go back to the drawing board with the mask. Let's go back to the drawing board. I want a wider mask. That still doesn't really look. Okay, 1 minute. Let me go to the histogram. Oops. Let's reverse that because it's not really. Okay. Let's go. Let's go to the histogram. So we want to get this right. We open the histogram. Where's the white point you're talking about? When you say white point, I don't know what you mean. You're talking about that middle one? Moving it all the way over? Oh, the far right? The far right? Like that? How far should I go? Like that? Like that much? You probably can't see. Is that good right there, you think? A bit further. Let's try it. Oh, I think you're right. I think we got it now. I think we got it. We're trying to get this, we're trying to copy the tail onto this comet core to have one good picture of the comet. I think we're good. I'm going to go with this. This is good. Look at the mask view. That's the part we wanted most right there. No? I'm going to save this. I'll call it Combine Comet and Tail. Now I'm going to do a denoise. We're almost done, folks. We're getting there. It's looking good. One more of those. Now, oh, wait. I think I was only sharpening. Oh, yeah, that's all. That's all. I had the mask on, but I think that's what I wanted. I had the mask on when I was, nope, that's not going to work. Wait. I forgot I was doing a. Okay. I got to remove the mask before I do the denoise. One more. Looking good so far. Oh, yes. I'm liking it so far. Now I'm going to create a little mask. I want to sharpen it, but I don't want to sharpen the core because that will blow it out. So I'm gonna make a mask to protect the core there. I don't want to sharpen that. Yeah. I want to sharpen the rest of it. Okay, let's see what happens when we sharpen the tail. This is going to look cool. We're going to see some cool detail. Extract the luminance to use as a mask when applying the stars. I got to remember that. Okay, before, after. Before, after. Before, after. I'm keeping that. I like it. The tail is starting to pop. Nice bit of sharpening there, huh? Let's save that too. Let's try the local histogram now and see what that does. Bit too much. Just a tad. I'm going to save that. We're almost done here, folks. Now we got to do the color. Let's do the color. This is risky. I'm going to remove the green except for the Comet core. I want the core. Oh, that didn't really work. I'll do the Pete trick again. Does that work? I did the histogram thing again. We'll see if that works. Yeah, it's removing the green from my core. I don't want to remove the green from the core. Or did I not invert the mask? Is that what happened? Wait, I don't think I inverted the mask. I forgot to invert the mask, no wonder. The first mask would have probably worked. I forgot to invert it. Wait, I blew out the core somewhere along the way. I got to come back. I blew out the core. Okay. I blew out the core when I was putting the tail in. Wait, I got to fix the core really quick. I didn't notice I had blown out the core. Wait, give me a second here. Let me see if I can fix that core back up. I really blew it out. Hold on, I gotta get this one back to equal status here. What's actually fluorescent green? The whole comet? But that's definitely blown out, right? Did I lose the green now? I'm stuck. No. I mean, that's not an acceptable core, right? Look at how blown out it is. So I brought back the core, but I kind of lost the green. Or should I just make a smaller mask? They're just the old pic the tail picture and the comet picture are really two different colors. So it's difficult to work with. Leave it and come back. I gotta fix it now. This is what we do in astrophotography. We fix things as they pop up. I can add the green later. Let's not worry about it. Let's beef up the entire color and see what happens. I can always fix that. Too much. I just want more green in the core. I'm going to make a mask because I screwed up the combine somewhere along the line, but that's okay. A little more green core. I think that's right. I'm good with that. I'm not going to sweat over it. I'm going to add a little more contrast and I'm going to bring the stars back and call it a day. I think it looks very good, Martin. Yes, Peggy, I'm liking this. Sometimes I can be too critical, but you know, I post this online. I think people are going to really like it. And they're probably going to be surprised that the comet is still out. Yeah, I'm surprised it's still. In a way, I'm not surprised because I was kind of hoping when I knew the sun or the moon was going to be below the horizon, we might get one or two shots at doing the comet again. I got some artifacts going on here. Definitely some artifacts. Let me see if I can fix a few things. People hate when I use clone stamp. Say, you're not supposed to use clone stamp. Are you crazy or something? Are you crazy? Okay, let's bring the stars back, and when I think it's going to look super, super cool. June, thank you. That was very generous. I appreciate that. I wonder if it's necessary that I do a dynamic background extraction on this. Is it, Pete? Is it necessary to do a background extraction? Yeah, I probably should. Can I do an automatic one? How are you guys all saying that? June, June, June. Oh, you can put comments now? I didn't know that. You can put comments on donation. I didn't know that. Is that a new feature? Wow. Spiffy. I didn't. That's got to be new. I've never seen that before. I got to remember to do that. You normally do that? Okay, Pete, I'll do it too. We're going to fix up the stars real quick. I should have saved that DBE. I didn't think I was going to need it again. It's been there for a while. I've never seen it. We are about 5 minutes away from being done, folks. So don't go anywhere because we want to see the final product. We want to see the final product. Oh. Close enough. These stars are already very tiny. I don't think a blur X. I'm not going to do a blur X except for a correct. It's where there was a dB point. Oh, okay. That's all right. All right, now let's determine how many stars we should bring back. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Okay, now I'm going to extract the stars and put them in my comet pick, and we're done. I hope. Okay, I'll rename this one Stars Identifier. Okay. So here are my stars. Let's call that stars. Let me fix the color on these stars really quick. They already look like they have a lot of color. I don't think I need, well, a little more. That's enough. Okay, are we ready for the, are we ready to see the final pick? Be afraid. Be afraid. What do you think? Does the head look a little strange, a little lopsided? Let me see the comet head. Where's the comet head? Print it. Are we good? You think it looks good? What do you think? That's what she said. Almost. Almost. Let me take a look at something. I forgot I got to do one more thing. We're almost there. Let me take a look at the comet. Well, no, the head does look a little... No, I think that's okay. But let's get rid of that. You say it's pretty good. Let me see. I think we can bring out a little more detail. A little more detail in this area. Let's just try something. I'm going to do an HDR. Let's just see if we can pull out more detail. It does have a slight lopsided look. This one has a less lopsided look. I think we brought out more detail in the neck. You see the neck? I think we brought out more detail. This one doesn't look quite so lopsided now. I think this is better. Does it look a little less lopsided? You never know when I'm combining the tail with the core. If I'm getting it perfect, it might. But I think this one looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. What do you guys think? Are we good? Are we finito? We don't really want that green at the bottom of the tail, do we? Should I get rid of the green down here? I don't think that fits. Do you see the green down here? It's kind of still a green tint in the picture. Let's just see. Let me see if I can get rid of that green. I don't like the green at the bottom there. That's better. I'm going to call this final for now. I think I need one more denoise, and I might be done. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe not. I like to look at the final pic with photos. I see some streaks, but I think I can fix that with some denoise. But I think I'm done for now. What do you guys think? That's the comet we captured today. Are we done? I might have to run some extra denoise right there to get rid of those streaks. But I think it looks pretty dang good. Wonderful, huh? Yeah. Print it. I like it. Let me see it from far away. Let me stand. The big black spot? What big black spot? What big, tell me, what big black spot? Do you guys see a big black spot? I don't. Where? You'd buy that t-shirt. Where, Stan? Tell me, and I'll fix it. All around the center? A big black spot all around the center? Do you guys see what Stan is referring to? Are you talking about this? Like that? The indent of the tail. Well, let's go back and see my tail. I mean, the original tail had the indent, Stan. What can I do about that? I think that's supposed to be... That's how it came out. Let's look at the comet stack. There's an indent in every... Oh, when I did the DBE, huh? Let's go back farther. No, that is before the DBE. I see it before the DBE. The indent? You think there should be more? You think this should be brighter? Let's see. Let me see again. You think this needs to be brighter right here? Oh. Now you tell me when we're all the way finished? You crazy? You crazy, man? Well, let's see if we can fix that. I didn't really notice much of that either. It was faint, but let's just see if we can do something about that. Otherwise, I'm not going to sweat it. They're never going to be perfect. I don't know if we can fix it or not, but let's just see. Oops, God damn it. Pardon my French. I made the underbelly a little brighter. On the right. Did that help at all, Stan? That's okay, Roland. Because, you know, everyone's got an opinion, and I do want the best picture possible. So I don't mind when they see stuff that I kind of miss. It helps me. But thank you. Read your last comment. Fix the green glow around the comet. Yeah. But that's one thing first. That's okay. I like to hear, but do you think this is better? Almost another A. Thank you, James. The brighter one looks better. I kind of like it too, but did it fix the issue? Well, I'm going to go with this. Because I think this is an improvement. Brighter underbelly. No, it's still bothering you, Stan? I think I'm okay with this. I mean, it's an improvement, making this better, right? Before, after. Before, after. I like it better. Now, what are you talking about? Oh, that's okay, Stan. I don't want to get too nitty gritty here. Is it that bad, Stan? Is it really? Does everybody else see what Stan is seeing, that it's annoying them? Because I'm not really seeing it. Granted, I don't have my glasses with me. No, Lindsay? I want to move on to Brody's issue. Now, where's your issue, Brody? Are you talking about green in the entire background? I'll see you with a fresh pair of eyes in the morning. I'll see it. Yeah, when I go upstairs, I'll look at it on the other monitor and I'll make adjustments as necessary. But you're a newbie. Welcome to astrophotography, because this is how processing goes. Back and forth, rechecking. Even Pete, when he uploads, Pete is a very good imager, and even he is in Discord. Here's another tweak. Here's another tweak. That's what we all do until we're completely satisfied. What does Brody see? Are you talking the green glow around? You're talking about this? You want me to get rid of this part right here? OCD nightmare. Right about there, Brody? You think I should get rid of it? Let's see what Brody's talking about here. No, I like the faint glow around the coma. I like that. I'm not getting rid of that. How's that? Before? After? What do you think? It's better? I think it's better too. Pete, do you still think it looks lopsided? You never know when you have to combine the tail with the comet. Was it a good fit? You know, they were aligned two different ways. To me, a little bit of lopsidedness, but what am I going to do if I want a good tail? Stan thinks I'm going to see something pop out at me on my other monitor. I might have to add more contrast to hide the blemishes. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. New folder. Done for now. I'll save it as a PNG. Don't forget the glasses, yeah. I wonder how many more people are still capturing this comet. It might surprise people that it became bright again because we got it before the moon rose. I think I'm done, guys, for now. Thanks for hanging out with me, and thanks for all your opinions. I appreciate it. I think I'm done for now. Yeah, I'm going to denoise it again, but later. I've had enough. But yeah, I think the denoise will help with the streaks. I agree. Thanks, everybody. Good night. See you later.